classified according to their size, speed or storage capacity. What are they? Microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers and supercomputers. Let's learn about microcomputers. What are the different types of microcomputers? Desktop, laptop, palmtop, game console, embedded systems, personal.
First one is desktop computer. See the picture of desktop computer. Can you see this one? Okay. A desktop has many external components such as a keyboard, mouse, monitor and CPU. Within the CPU there are RAM, ROM, DVD-ROM, hard drive, processor and motherboard. The internal components are connected to a motherboard through internal cables and the external components are connected to the CPU through external cables. Okay? Understood the meaning of this desktop computer? Always we are using this desktop computer because I think you all are familiar with this one. You know what are the devices, external and internal devices. Okay? Study it well. What's the use of desktop computer and what are the parts of this one? How can you connect? Internal components are connected using internal cables and external components are connected to the CPU using external cables. I think so. I think you understood all the things. What's the meaning of desktop computer? Always you are familiar with this one because of that you know what's the use of this one. Okay. Second one, laptops. A laptop is a mini computer that can be operated by on battery power. Laptops are much smaller than desktops but are more costly. Like a desktop, they are also have DVD-ROM, RAM and hard drive. They do not have a separate monitor but have a screen which can be folded down when the laptop is not in use. They also have an inbuilt keypad instead of an external keyboard and a touchpad instead of an external mouse. The screen size of a laptop varies from 10.1 inches to 17.3 inches and is best suited for people who travel a lot. If you are when you are planning to go for somewhere, you can carry this laptop with you. Uh, and if you want to work with this computer, this is suit for you. Okay, I think you understood the meaning of the laptops. You are familiar with laptops. Always that monitor and keyboards are attached and we can fold it when you want. Like that way, we can use this laptops. Okay. Next one, tablet computers, often called simply tablets. These are small mobile devices. They easily fit in your hand and usually work on a wireless network. They are lighter than a laptop because they do not have a foldable screen, keypad, touchpad, USB drive, or DVD-ROM. Instead, they have a touch-sensitive fixed screen which provides the functionality of a keyboard and mouse. You can browse the internet, read the news, and play games on tablet. I think children always like this one. You are using this tablet to play games. Because of that, you are all familiar with this tablet computer, and you always like this one. Okay. Next, smartphones. These are handheld microcomputers which are different from tablets because besides taking pictures, browsing the internet and performing simple tasks like scanning and faxing, among others, they can also make and receive phone calls and text messages also. Okay, we are always using these mobile smartphones. Palm-top computers, now almost extinct, these were extremely small computers, the size of a pocket calculator. They had features similarly to that of your modern day laptop. Okay, we can use, see the picture of this palm top. We can use this one like a laptop, but the size of this one is smaller than a laptop. Okay. Personal digital assistants and handheld devices. These small microcomputers could easily fit in the hands of people and are very portable. They use pens or styluses as input devices and had a tiny screen for output. They were used as personal organizers and had features similar to that of a modern smartphone. Next one, embedded systems. These are a special type of microcomputers designed to perform only one type of task. They have their software embedded on a large hardware. They do not have an external display, keyboard, mouse or hard disk. However, they do have a RAM, ROM, CPU, input medium and output medium. Another name for embedded system is a microcontrollers. Some good examples of a microcontroller would be a microwave oven and a washing machine. You all are familiar with this one. Washing machine and microwave oven. These are the best examples of embedded systems. Some programs are designed and stored in this type of um, devices, and according to that program, according to that software, only it will work. Okay, this type of devices are called embedded systems. Okay. Game consoles. Do you like this picture? When you are playing that games, you are always using these type of devices. These are computers designed only for playing interactive games. They can be plugged into a television or a monitor, which acts as an output device. They have a special type of input device called game controllers, and some of them also use a joystick as the input device. Example are Xboxes and PlayStations. Okay, whenever you play these games, you can use like these devices. Okay, shall we check the microcomputers once again? What are they? Desktop, laptops, tablet computers, smartphones, palm top, personal digital assistant, embedded systems, and game consoles. I think you all understood about this microcomputer. Shall we learn the next type of computer? What is that? Mini computer. Do you know anything about this mini computer? Okay, shall we check it? Okay. This is the picture of a mini computer. Do you know anything about this mini computer? Shall we learn? Okay. What are the important points of a mini computer? Mini computers are bigger in size and more storage capacity than microcomputers. It supports 4 to 200 users at the same time, and that means 200 in between 4 and 200 users can see or use this computer at the same time. That's a good thing. Used to compute complex calculations in scientific and engineering fields. Okay, if you want to compute a complex calculation, if you have, then you can use this type of computers in scientific and engineering fields, and used for business transaction processing. They are also used in banks, universities and large organizations also. Okay. And what are the examples? Do you know? HP 2100, PDP-8, Microvax 3100. Okay. These are the examples of mini computer. Please remember these points and study it well. These are the important points to remember when you study about this mini computer. Okay, children, once again I will read. Big in size, more storage capacity than microcomputers, supports 4 to 200 users at the same time. Used to compute complex calculations in scientific and engineering fields. Used for business transaction processing. They are also used in banks, universities and large organizations. What are the examples? HP 2100, PDP-8, Microvax 3100. Okay, please study this well. Children, shall we check the next type of computer? What's that? Mainframe computer. Okay? Do you know anything about this computer? What are mainframe computers? Mainframe computers are large and much more powerful than a mini computer. They have a large memory and storage capacity that makes them work extremely high speeds. Those computers are used in a network environment and hundreds of users can use it simultaneously. Oh, it's wonderful. Hundreds of users can use it simultaneously at the same time. They are extremely expensive and used for bulk transactions in scientific laboratories, airlines, banking transactions, and railway ticketing, among others. They are extensively used in financial sector and handle approximately $23 billion worth of ATM transaction and $6 trillion worth of credit and debit card transaction. Oh, it's so wonderful. Okay. Do you know the importance of this one? What are the main points? More powerful and larger than mini computers. They have larger memory and storage capacity, and at the same time hundreds of users can use it. They extremely expensive. Okay. Uh, they are used for bulk transaction in scientific laboratories, airlines, and railway ticketing, among others. Okay, they are extensively used in the financial sector and for ATM transactions, high cost ATM transactions. Also, we can use this. For that purpose, we can use this mainframe computers. What are the examples? System Z10, IBM Z series, PDP-10. Okay, these are the main examples of mainframe computers. Just remember the points again. More powerful and larger than mini computers. They have, please say the answers. They have a large memory and storage capacity. Please repeat it. Hundreds of users can use it same time. Simultaneously means at the same time hundreds of users can use it. Okay, they're extremely expensive. It's very expensive. Okay, they are used for bulk transactions in scientific laboratory, airlines, and railway ticketing, and banking transactions. Also, we can use this type of computers. Okay, if bulk transactions are there, we can use this type of computers. They are extensively used in the financial sector and for ATM transactions. Also, examples system Z10, IBM Z series, PDP-10. Okay, let's study well. Children, you should study these points, then only you can write the answers. Please write into the notebook. I will give the questions afterwards. After all the portion, I will give the question. You should study and write the answers from this class. Shall we learn the next type of computer? What's that? The last one is supercomputer. Okay. Do you know anything about this supercomputer? See the picture of supercomputer? Do you know this one? Okay, shall we study? Supercomputers are the fastest and most powerful computers. They have huge computational speeds and can do billions of calculations in just a second. They are 100 times faster than regular computers. The difference between a supercomputer and a mainframe computer is that a mainframe computer can deal with thousands of users who can all access it simultaneously. On the other hand, a supercomputer can process millions of large calculations in seconds and transform huge volume of data into meaningful information more quickly and efficiently. They are used for weather forecasting, space research, and satellite control, among others. What are the examples? Light, Param, and IBM Western, Grey Okay, these are the examples. Okay, shall we check the important points of this supercomputer? It's the fastest. What's the first point? Please repeat it. Children, please read the points. First one, fastest and most powerful computers. What's the second point? Huge computational speed. Third point, can do billions of calculations in just a second. Fourth one, 100 times of faster than regular computers. Fifth one point, process millions of large calculations in seconds, and transform huge volumes of data into meaningful information. 6 point, used for weather forecasting, space research, and satellite control. What are the examples? Taihu Light, Param, IBM Wisdom. Children, please note, Param is the supercomputer of India. Our country developed this computer. Do you know that? Okay. This is super fastest and first supercomputer of our country. Okay. That is developed by India. Do you know any other supercomputers? Shall we see the picture of that Taihui light? Do you want to see the picture of that supercomputer? Okay. I displayed here. Had displayed here that supercomputer. Can you see this one? The picture of that computer. And one more. That is first is supercomputer in the world. And the second one, quantum computers are a special type of supercomputers that are 3600 times faster than a normal computer. You can see the picture of quantum computer also, supercomputer. Okay, these are the different types of computers. Okay, I think you all understood the things. I displayed all the types of computer. What are they? Once again, I am saying what are the different types of computers. First one, microcomputer. Second one, mini computer. Third one, mainframe computer. And the last one is supercomputer. All of you please study all the points of these different types of computers well. Okay. Then you can answer then only you can answer the questions that I had given in the last part. Okay. You should write all the questions answers in the notebook properly. You will get all the answers from this part. Okay.